guys, so today I wanted to do a start to end kind of everyday makeup look. I might jazz it up a little bit as I go because my everyday look isn't the same. It kind of depends on how I'm feeling. So the only thing on my face right now is my simple light moisturizer, and I'm going to use a slightly damp sponge and my foundation. I'll put all the names of the cosmetics that I use in the down bar, or I'll speak of them as we go along, but I just wanted to mention that in case I forget something. So I always put my foundation on the back of my hand just to warm it up a little bit, and then just dab the sponge right in there, and then I'm going to start patting it onto my face. Okay, so that is just one, per se, layer of the foundation. I'm going to go through and just concentrate a little bit on some of my problem areas with just a little bit more. And the slight wetness of the sponge really helps with the building of the foundation and certain concealers, because it helps just blend it in better. I don't know, I found that it makes a total difference between when it's slightly damp, not wet, but just slightly damp, than when it is dry. I'm going to do a little treatment for my under eyes here. Just put that on, and always use your ring finger to kind of pat out under eye concealers or treatments. It's always a lot more delicate than your other fingers. I drag it down just a little bit to kind of blend in with the rest of my face, because my under eyes are really dark, so I tend to put quite a bit of product in this area. So I don't want it to look too cakey, or cakey at all. Just like that. Now, before I set my foundation, I like to put a little bit of concealer on, and I'm going to be using a combination of liquid and stick concealers. I tend to like the stick concealer. This is a Neutrogena one around my nose area, because it's not going to look too thick, and that area for me gets red most often, just that part of my face for some reason. I'm going to go down the nose a little bit. Kind of like coloring on your face, it feels like, a little bit right here, and then I do like a little V just right in there. And I'm going to use the pointy end of my sponge, which is also damp, and go in and just blend it all out. Would I do this if I needed a 5-minute throw on some makeup and brush my hair into a ponytail? No, but this is maybe a little bit more when I know I'm going to do some errands and know I'm going to the post office or whatnot, and I have just, 20 minutes, 30 minutes to get ready and put a little bit more of a presentable face on. Alright, I'm putting a little bit of liquid concealer on the back of my hand, just where I put the foundation, and I'm going to go in on some of my spots. I have a lot of post-acne marks as well as current blemishes. Now that I have my concealer on, I'm going to go in with probably right on my shade powder. I'm going to use my flat-edged powder brush by e.l.f. And I'm just going to pat this into like my T-zone area and concentrate it on areas that would normally get shiny, or I don't want to lose the coverage. And I'm just lightly patting it on there. Alright. Now I'm going to just do a little bit of bronzer right here on my cheekbones, and that's going to be with a darker of the same powder, which these are both Maybelline New York Fit. One was in 220 and the other's in 325. So I'm just going to take like a fluffy blush brush, and I'm just going to go right in here and just do a little light sweeps. Just to give me a little bit of a bronze look. I don't do a serious contour. I have kind of a round face, so I don't, there's nowhere to really put it. I look silly. So we've contoured, and I'm going to do blush next. Today we're using a Revlon Mineral Blush. This one's in Roseberry. And I'm going to use my e.l.f. blush brush, which is kind of a flatter, not so fluffy. Just dabbling right in there. I'm going to go like right on the top of my cheekbones here. And I kind of pat it on. I don't really sweep, because I find that when I sweep, I just like pound the product on, and then I have that clown line, and it's just as bad. And prime our eyelids and get ready for some eyeshadow. I'm using my e.l.f. eyelid primer. Put some on my ring finger and just kind of pat that on there. Not only does this primer help with the longevity of your eyeshadow, it helps with the creasing. Ooh. I find that it helps with the creasing as well as the actual application of the eyeshadow. It helps blend everything together and keep all the colors really bold. And there we go. Okay. I'm sweeping it on, but I really like to try and pat it on. You don't want to pull on your eyelid or anything. Miss a little spot there. Okay, so now that we have our primer on, let's go ahead and get started with our eyeshadows. Today I pulled out the Walking on Eggshells palette by Wet n Wild. This is one of my favorite natural, everyday kind of go-to little palettes, as well as one of the newer duos that I got, which is from Sephora in Natural Brown. And it's just a very normal light brown and a darker brown crease shade. So let's go ahead and apply some of these on there. Let's go with the Eyelid Color, and I'm just going to put it in the center here and work its way out. I really like these Wet n Wild palettes. I have several of them, and I really don't hate any of them at all. I'm going to go in my Sephora light color. It's not super light, like too much of a highlight, but I want to put it right on the inner corner here and just a little bit on this bottom lash line. And we're going to go in with the darker color. I'm using like an angled brush, as you can see here, and just kind of create a little V on the outer corner, going up and then into the crease. And just very lightly feather it up. Let's go ahead and pick up a little bit of that darker color again, and we're going to do our below the lash line. This is going to help with a little bit of a light smoky effect. Let's go ahead and take a fluffy brush with the lightest brow bone color and use it as a highlight right up here on the brow bone. This will help blend the darker color into your eyelids as well. Like that. Then I like to line my bottom lash line with a kind of bronzy brown color. And I might actually go ahead and do the top with a similar color from the same brand, Physicians Formula. And I'm going to use the brown down here and an angled brush as well. But this one's going to be an eyeliner angled brush. Go ahead and line the top lash line. Trying to stay as close to the lash line as possible. Is that funny, Sophia? And for the last leg here, we are going to use a little bit of a black liner on our top area, as well as mascara, a little bit of lip balm, and I'll show you how I highlight if I have the time to do it on a normal day. I'm just doing a very slight little wing there at the end. Sometimes I like to go back in with my bottom lash line and use like a pop of color. This one's a blue. I'm going to jump ahead and do a little bit of highlight. I like to use my middle finger because it's going to be a little bit of a stronger finger if I didn't have stuff all over it. There we go. And where you're going to want to highlight is a little bit down the bridge of your nose. And then I'm going to go back in with my fluffy brush and just kind of blend it in. Top of the cheekbone. Let's put on our mascara. I use two different ones. One's more for lengthening and one is more of a volumizing one.
What's this?
Mascara makes the world a difference for your whole eye look. Maybe even your whole face look, I think. Just a little bit on the bottom lashes. I didn't even curl them today. Oh, Sophia's fixing my hair. Thank you, Sophia. I'm going to take a really light concealer. This is True Match by L'Oreal, and do my under eyes because I have really dark under eyes.
What does it say?
Oh, you're giving everybody kisses? Let's see if that helps out so you guys can see a little bit better.
Mommy.
You want to give me a kiss, Sophie? Thank you. Are you my best friend? Are you my best friend? Best friend.
Mommy.
I love you.
Why did Mommy? Mommy.
Okay, so we've put a little bit under there. Let's go in with our lip balm. This is CoverGirl. It's like a chapstick in Demure. It's just a rose natural lip balmy color. And makeup wise, I'm done. This is how I would go normally.
Mommy,
I know. This is how I would normally go out. Just kind of plain, normal, natural kind of look. Say thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Right here. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Daddy.
Is that Daddy? You have makeup on your face?